Are you screen sharing?
Yes.
What am I supposed to be seeing?
Guest area.
Okay. I
All
thought
right,
that
good.
was my computer. All right.
It is your computer. And this is
But
my
it was looking
computer.
for me to log in.
Okay, so the transaction detail is what sets up the deal for us. And there's reasons why we really require it at contract time, is because it sets up for Howard to know what money, what cash that we are bringing in to run the business. It's a forecast of how healthy we are or not are. So we are starting with .loop, and now with getting transaction details more organized. I will be sending out emails to you. I know Jean sent out a bunch in the beginning of our lockdown about doing your transaction detail when you go into contract. It gives us a picture of what is happening in our business. So there are two ways that we can now do a transaction detail. The TNC resource site, which is what I brought up, and .loop. I've added that up to .loop in the contract section. And before we leave this little session, which will be pretty fast, we'll go over to .loop and we'll look at it there. It's up in .loop because if you are active in .loop and you like working in .loop, why not just have the form there that you can use it? But I'm going to work off of the TNC resource site. It's a little bit more manageable to show you and explain things. Concepts are the same over on .loop, but I'm going to start here so that we can all see. So TNC resource is the dbuttermax.wixsite.com TNC resource. And the password, if you don't know, is TNC315. Okay. The transaction detail is under deal forms. There we go. And it's the submit transaction detail. So everything that's asterisk is required. So we'll just make it Main Street in anywhere. And I don't know why I'm being particular about my typing. It's in Nebraska, and there's my zip code. MLS number. We want the MLS number. I also asked you to upload the transaction detail. If not the transaction, I'm sorry, the MLS sheet from MLS. I need that at contract time, especially if on the buyer side, so that I know if a lead paint is required. If we're getting the transaction detail at contract time, all your forms will be coming in. So when you go to close, I'm not saying to you, hey, I need your lead paint. Hey, I need your agency disclosure. Everything should be there. You deposit, we deposit the check, and you get your check the next day. There's nothing to be done with your file. So that's why if we're doing it at this point, you're ahead of the game when you close. Contract date. I'm going to say April 27th, and I'm going to say my closing date is out in May. And the reason I'm saying that is because I just went into contract, so I'm being that good agent, and I'm doing my transaction detail when I put it into contract on MLS. Any questions? Complaints?
Oh, we complain?
You can complain whenever you want. How do you feel?
A little better.
Good.
Getting there.
All right. Type of sale is either going to be residential or commercial. So we'll just say residential. And we'll go through the transaction type. We'll go through examples of each one of them quickly, just so you see the difference in pop-ups. There is a mistake in here, and I do have to fix it. So transaction type, let's start with listing sold. Is it a property or is it a lease? Is it a sale or is it a rental? It's going to be a property in this instance. We keep track of where our business is. Are we selling our listings? Are we selling our buyers? Or is our business healthy in the fact that you guys are running your business at a healthy rate of 50-50 or thereabout? 50% listings sold, 50% buyers. So we're looking at that for a healthy business. Seller details. I'm not going to bother typing a lot of stuff here. Address, which is for me, because now we're doing the closing. We'll just live in Mayapack, or we'll live in M. And that's my listing. And I'm going to put buyer details into. We'll pretend I'm the buyer. Okay. Co-broke agent. That is the agent on the other side of the deal. That is the agent in the other company. If you have both sides of the deal, you are not a co-broke agent. You are then a dual agent, and then I'll show you that when I go back up to the top. So let's just say co-broke agent is John Smith. He works at Coldwell Banker. Here's his email. Oh, sorry, at gmail.com. His address, his phone number, his brokerage phone number, which probably has to have a whole. The reason we ask for this information is for recruiting. At the end of the year, last year, when we did that big party, we went through all our co-broke agents and invited them. That is why we want it, and that's why it is required. I will remove attorney details, and I will remove mortgage details right after this is done. We don't really care who the attorney, actually, I'm taking that back. We don't care who the attorney is. Mortgage, I'm going to leave. When we have a partnership with a mortgage company like we do with residential, they will often come to us and say, I am not getting the business. What's going on? So we like to know who you're giving your business to in case we need to give them any advice. My advice to them always is make yourself more visible in the office. Let my agents know who you are. Be nice to them and do things for them. You guys like to go out and have a little cocktail hour. Do it. Make yourself visible to the agents. Anytime you walk in, you're going to get business. We all know that. All right, sale price. Let's make this $400,000. The seller commission. The only commission that I want to know about in a deal is what I'm going to pay or the check that's going to come into the office. So, thank you. So if you are the listing agent, I only want to know
Sorry.
the 2.5% or the 3%, whatever is coming into the office that I'm going to pay. I don't care at this point what's on the buy side because we are not paying the buy side. This is only setting up the deal for the office. We're going to make it a percentage, and I'm going to put 2.5. If it's a flat fee, just put flat fee and put the dollar amount. That field will take anything. Is there a referral on this deal? Yes or no? If you say yes, it's going to pop up and it's going to ask about that outside referral company. So if this is an Op City deal, there is an outside referral. You would say yes. If you are doing a deal with Carmela on the listing side, Diane and Carmela are sharing the listing, that is not a referral. If Carmela gave me that referral on the listing because she's so busy she couldn't handle it, or it was down in Mahopac and she didn't want to work in Mahopac, that's not an outside referral, that's an inside referral. And we will manage that with the agent screens. So first agent is going to be me. I'm the listing agent. And I'm the only agent on the listing side. So the unit is 1. The units equal, at the end of the year, we can see we've sold 84 units in listing side. We've sold 84 listings. That's why each side of the deal has to equal 1 unit. If I'm sharing it with Carmela, she gave me the referral and I'm giving her 25%, then my portion of that listing unit is 0.75. And Carmela will now be another agent and hers will be 0.25. So this way, at the end of the year, I've only sold 1 listing. I can only sell that house 1 time in a deal, if that makes sense. Children's Miracle Network is the charity that REMAX champions. If you want to contribute, just put the amount down here in the transaction detail that you want to give to it. Say it's $10. I will take it out of your check, and the company, REMAX Town and Country, will pay it up to Children's Miracle Network. But what you can do, or should do, is to then go up onto Mac Center and go to that Children's Miracle Network tile and fill out the donor card on behalf of the listing or the buyer that you are donating in, and they will receive the card. So that's your job to do. You go up and you set that card in motion. We just pay it. And they're going to ask you how much you've donated. So all you have to do, it comes out of our account, not yours. So you just put the amount down that you donated. If I come back up to the top, I'm going to switch to buyer. And you'll just see that the information changes a little bit. In reality, this seller detail should disappear. So that is something I also have to fix, and I will do that after this class. But you would fill in the buyer details. You would do the co-broke again. In this case, it's going to be the listing agent. Attorney details will be gone, attorney phone, but the mortgage for your buyer, I will require. And sale price, everything else will be the same. Are there any questions down on this area, on this spot? I go back up top. I say both listing sold and buyer sale. This is the only time you should see both the seller and the buyer details. Co-broke agent is not going to have anything in it because now either you have both sides of the deal or Carmela, you and David are working this deal. You're the listing agent and David's the buyer's agent. So the listing agent should be putting in the transaction detail for the buyer's agent if they're in our office. So then in this case, Carmela would be the listing agent. She would have 1 unit. This is 0. I'll fix that pop-up. And now on the agent 2, this is going to be David. Again, this will be fixed. David. This will be fixed. He's not any part of the listing side, and he will have 1 unit. Okay? Questions? No?
No.
Okay. Quickly over on dot loop. If I create, just move this. I'm just going to create a quick loop for you. Sorry, I can't find my mouse. Oh, because it's on my other screen. All right. Create that loop. I'm just going to say at this point, I'm going to select a loop template. I'm going to select this, whichever one, it doesn't matter. Let me bring you back up here now. Can you guys see me?
Uh-huh.
Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Oh, that's so much easier if I leave it on that screen. When I select that loop template, let me go back. I know I messed things up when I was doing that. Let's try it one more time. I'm going to select the loop template, continue, done, and I'm going to view my loop. So what now happens in this loop template is you get contract documents. There's an offer to purchase, a memo, transaction detail, or the commission bill. So you can go into this section and do a transaction detail. You would have to have all your people filled out. Just going to say autofill, and this is what it looks like. Same information as before. Just fill it out. When you submit it, I will get notified and I will be able to look. I look in your loop when I'm asking you, when you're telling me you have a check, and I look to see if you've done it that way. If you've uploaded your documents, not done electronic signatures, if you've done that upload, you can add a document, that document, by going into templates, going into the RE/MAX Town and Country, and just searching for transaction detail or whatever you want. And there it is. I would just select it and copy it in. And we'll go over that again when we do the dot loop class. I think Thursday I'm doing it, or whatever day. Any questions, guys? No? Okay. It was a pleasure being with you this morning. I will put the tape out, the recording up into the the Google Drive, and I'll see you at the team meeting today. Sound good?
More.
What?
I want to learn more.
Okay, what?
I'm just kidding.
All right, guys.
transaction.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.